Welcome everyone to the first Monday Metaphysical Chat in August. So delighted that you're here with us tonight. I was just popping over to the Facebook group to check up on Janny and her daughter and granddaughters. Their family have been going through a lot lately. So one of the things we'll be doing is offering up a group prayer for them when a few more people get here. Thank you, Selah V, for being here. I'm so delighted to see you. Yeah, I've had a rough day, as I said in the comments, and looking very much forward to this collective, beautiful energy that we bring together to get a boost. Because you know what? Lionsgate is kicking my butt this year. And I actually wrote a story about it on Medium because it's like, for years I've been hearing people getting all excited about Lionsgate, but I never really noticed anything. And then when I had a conversation with Metatron, he explained that, if you're already in the midst of an up level, then Lionsgate can give you a real rocket boost. But if you're not, then you might not notice anything at all. So I guess I just wasn't in time with it in past years. But oh my gosh, this year, wow. I sent you guys that newsletter yesterday and inadvertently wrote that I would see you on September 5th instead of August 5th tonight. I don't know how many of you caught it, but I got a quick email from my BFF letting me know that I was just a month off. So if you've made it here, I am delighted because I wasn't sure you would. I was hoping you'd remember it was first Monday and get here anyway. So, I'm just going to tap dance a little bit. Thank you, Richard. I so appreciate it. Oh my gosh, it's really needed right now. Yes, and for all the others who are really needing it right now. Yeah, so it looks like we have about 10 or 11 people. Great, people are starting to come. So I want to hold off on doing our prayer until they get here. If you've got somebody who needs prayers or if you need prayers, please put it in comments and we will add it. And we'll just do a giant group prayer because I can't be the only one who's feeling weepy today from this energy. Oh my gosh, it is so intense. And I don't know when the last time I felt like this was. So bear with me if I get mushy on you. I'll do my best to stay in this frame of mind. Oh, hey, Linda. It's been a rough day for you too. I'm so sorry. Hey, Debbie. Glad you could make it. Yeah. Hi, Shannon. Thanks for being here. Let me just grab a tissue in case I start pouring it out here. Wow. So, besides Linda, anybody else noticing this intense energy with Lionsgate? I swear I will never again say, what is the deal with Lionsgate? Because, wow, like a 2x4 whacking you upside the energy centers, right? Ooh, you too, Shannon? Oh, gosh. Love and light to you. Yeah. Minnie G, glad you could be here. Dorothy, thank you. So glad you're here. Wendy, hectic day for you too. Oh, awesome. Let's bring it all together and let's release it because we don't need that stuff weighing us down. Oh, so I'm going to give you a link, or maybe I gave you the link already, for the preliminary web page for the fundraiser. I've got the people who have said yes are on that page. The page is not finished, so it's not all beautiful and ready for public consumption yet, but I wanted to show it to you. And what I want to ask you is just share about the event all over the place because truly, if you've been following what's going on with Project 2025, you know that our lives are at stake in this thing because, if the red side wins, they don't like us. And some very bad things can happen to us. And, it's just such an out-of-body experience because I remember since I was a young girl, I used to wonder, how could it be that the people in Germany didn't recognize what was going on with Hitler and stop him? How did they let that happen? Well, and now what do we find? History repeating itself. We find ourselves in the midst of a takeover of our country by these dark forces who have very different ideas about what life should look like. I mean, regardless of what party you support, it's not about that. It's about this dark theocratic vision of what they want America to be. And it's going to be hell for women, for minorities, and disenfranchised peoples. And here we, with all of our hearts and energy, are pushing towards Earthtopia. And it's like, bam, slamming a cement block down in between us and that fruition of that vision and dream. So, it's not that I'm putting out hate for the other side. It's just the blue side offers a more hopeful vision for the future. And we've got to reach for the best we can get today, knowing they're not perfect, but they're the best we can get today. And then let's keep working towards getting better. So that's what that's about. Because I did get a lot of negative feedback when I wrote you guys some political newsletters and talking about this. But honestly and truly, I believe from what I've read, witnessed, and the visions that I've had, that it's going to go very bad for us if we don't stand up now, hold the line for democracy, and do everything we can. So that's what this is about. Because, I was taking August off to be with my granddaughter. I was not planning to do something massive like this fundraiser, but she was frightened for her future. And I got from the angels that, talk about it all you want, but action speaks louder than words. So stand up and do something. This is the something I was led to do. So if you're not into it, I understand. It's no problem. I don't hold that against anyone. But if you are into it, please join us. Join the energy so that we can lift up our vision of the new world of Earthtopia. And let's get there sooner because, oh my gosh, we're so close. And to have it all fall apart now, I don't know. I don't know how we would live with that. I'm not sure we would live with that. So, all right, sorry. I don't want to get maudlin on you. And yes, Minnie G, it's hard not to feel anxiety, but that's why we're here tonight. I just wanted to give it an introduction. We're not going to labor on that because we do want to keep lifting our energy up. So what we can do here tonight, we bring powerful energy when we join all of our teams together, which we're going to do in a minute. We can make that change. It doesn't take that many of us. So all of you being here is so important. And supporting the effort for this fundraiser, if you feel led to, share it with everybody you know. Let them know it's going to be happening. Mention it to your favorite readers if they're not already on that list. On the link that I gave you, you'll see it up at the top. There's a link showing you who has said yes so far. Now, granted, I haven't heard back from a bunch of them because my email is probably buried in their inbox. But if you guys feel like reaching out, letting them know, provided you're connected to them, maybe they'll look through their inbox, find the message, respond so we can get more. Because right now we have 10 readers confirmed, which is fabulous. But we're not going to make a 24-hour marathon with just 10 readers. We're going to need more. I invited 42 people. And I know there's more that I could invite. I just don't know who they are. So, get the word out there. Have them get in touch with either Irish Granny, Tarot, Helen, or myself to get the information. And we would love to have them join us. So let's see what you got going on here before we do our prayer. Debbie, you're getting magical healing dreams. Oh, I am so glad because mine have been really crazy. I think you probably missed we were talking about this intense energy of Lionsgate. And honestly, I'm doing all I can to hold it together right now. It's been rough. Thank you, Minnie G. You are my people. I love that. Sister Six, welcome. Linda, yours is mostly about the moon phases. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, whatever it is, it's intense and it's probably a combination. So I can't wait for this Lionsgate thing to get over because, one person I invited, I sent them the link to go check out the donation page so that they could see that this was legitimate because, they don't want to put their reputation behind it if it's not legitimate. And with my cotton brain thing that's going on, I sent the wrong link. And so I got this kind of didn't feel good message back about, no, I'm not going to do it. And you sent me the wrong link. I'm sorry. I got cotton brain. I did my best. Sometimes people send the wrong link. Just ask. I'll send you the right link to prove to you that we really are doing this legitimate. This is not some game we're playing here. We're talking about our lives. Okay, so deep breath. Yes, let's let the anxiety go. Hey, Beth. Thank you, Richard. You're sending love to everybody. No fear, no anger, only love. Vote your conscience. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. That's beautiful. And, just to compound things, yesterday somebody put this horrible comment on my video. accusing me of all kinds of really nasty things. So it's like one thing after another's just been hitting, and it's a big load to carry. So I'm planning to release all of that in our prayer in a minute. Craig, Allie at Heartland. Allie is one of the ones who is in. So thank you for mentioning that. I don't know Allie. I've never met her, but Helen knows her. She's on her list. So Allie said yes. Um, Beth, you and Scott both had bad dreams. Oh yeah. I don't know if they're so bad, but they've just been crazy. I didn't think of Dave Johnson. Thank you, Sister of Six. I did invite Lena. I don't think she's seen my message. So if you have a line to her, ask her to check her inbox. I also invited Hogarth. I went through YouTube looking for names of people that I might not know, but I'm certainly willing to invite them because this is inclusive. We don't care how big your YouTube channel is. We just want you to be able to have enough expertise to come on YouTube and hold your own for that 2 hour block. So that's what it's about. So yeah, I'll put down Dave. Sheila is in, so Sheila can probably help me get connected to Dave. Um, Oh, cool. Craig, Allie has met Clara also. Yeah, I haven't heard back from Kim Intuitive View, but I had heard that she's having some issues with her daughter's health. So that could be part of it too. And we want to give people space. Linda G is a maybe. She's going to be out of town and she doesn't know if she'll have reliable Wi-Fi. So once she knows whether she can commit that she'll have Wi-Fi, send some positive energy for that so that she can join us because that would be awesome. Kim Copeland, I don't know Kim. I don't even know the name of her channel. So please, Mary, reach out, let her know. Lee Harris, I don't know if he'd be willing, and we're inviting readers. So it's tarot readers mostly at this point. I'm not even going to be doing readings. I'm going to be busy sharing the MC duties with Helen and also doing all the tech stuff on the back end. So, I'm doing the best I can. Debbie has been invited. I haven't heard back. I have heard from a few people who said no because it's Labor Day weekend and they've got plans, and we understand that. So I don't want to harass anybody either. But just kindly put the word out, let them know what's going on, tell them you would love to see them there. And because most of them read on political topics, I would think that if they're available, they'd want to because, it's only a couple hours they need. I don't have an email address for Autumn. She's on my list. So if you've got her email, please, Craig, reach out and invite her. I would love that. Or send me her email and I'll send her the official invite. That would be fine. Yeah, David, Debbie, send me the info. Great. Tarot Ship with Jimmy. I don't know who that is. So I know you can't post links in the comments because YouTube doesn't let you do that, but reach out and have him contact me. Do whatever you feel led to do, but let's just get the word out. All right, so let's take a pause now and get our prayer in here before we get too far off track, and then we will dive into your questions. But thank you for all the enthusiastic support and comments. I really appreciate that because there was one point where I was thinking, oh my God, we've done all this work and all this energy's gone into it, and we're going to have to cancel it. But, it was angel inspired, so I'm going with it's going to happen one way or the other. Yes, I invited Mel. I haven't heard from him. I know his inbox is flooded, and I believe he and Linda are headed out on an out of town event. So right now it might be hard to reach him anyway. But yeah, please let them know. Sterling, I don't think would be a great fit, but hey, if he's willing to do it, come on. Absolutely. So, tell everybody and see what they say. Thank you, Linda. Oh God, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. All right, before I fall apart, let's just do a quick prayer here. So take a couple of deep breaths with me. Ooh, let's blow off all that stuff, all the worry, all the anxiety. It is all going to work out, the most beneficent outcome for all. Thank you for that. So close your eyes. Let's just call in all of the angel teams who are here tonight. Please come forward and join us, and come forward extra close tonight because we could really use your support. Creator, Metatron, archangels, enlightened beings, anybody who's available and willing, please join our circle tonight because we would love the extra energy. We want to lift up to you Janie McKenzie, her daughter Ashley and her granddaughters, the husbands. Please send them love, healing energy. I just checked, and Ashley and the baby were on the way home from the hospital. So thank you for that big step. Now please stay with them. Flood their home and their bodies with healing energy, with angel love. Lift them up so that they have heart's ease. They can relax knowing that you are filling them with this love light to allow them to levitate metaphorically with that beautiful energy, to feel that lightness of being, to know that the healing is ongoing and it will be completed. So for the highest good of Janny's entire family, thank you. For all here gathered tonight, please lift them all up in that beautiful love light circle. Fill their entire being with the highest and best angelic light and healing. Let's wash away the anxiety, the fear, the doubt. Together, we will triumph. We will still march to Earthtopia together. Thank you for that. Thank you for being here and bringing in answers tonight for all who are here for the highest and best good of all. So much love, so much light to you and all. Thank you. Gerald at Tarot Stash has been invited, and I think Helen's talking to him tonight, so we should know about him soon. Milu, I don't know anything about Milu, and it's kind of a different format, but like I said, please invite them. You know, if they're willing to do it, we will figure out how to include them, because the more the merrier. The way I envision it, they will be in that 2-hour block, either 2 or 3 readers at a time. So for 24 hours, you can do the math, how many readers we need to get, and a few extra, because if somebody needs to cancel, we'll need some backups to step in. So the way I see it is that they will be taking questions from chat. I'm going to ask them not to do political questions because they do that on their channels every day. Let's keep it to personal. Let's keep it light and entertaining. That's my vision for it. And that's what, I've gotten from the angels. And I do have Annette Dion, if you guys know Annette. She can't be with us because her schedule, but she has given us permission to use her original song, and I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but it's a terrific political song about standing up for democracy. So we've got one, and we're going to be reaching out to some other musicians, asking if they will allow us to use their music, because the way YouTube works, if you play music on a live stream or even on any video, if you don't have permission for it, they will take your video down, and we don't want the video going down. So we've got to have people that it's their original music who can give us permission to use it. So Annette has kindly done that. She has also asked that any of you who feel led, join her in Grassroots of Democracy. That is there's a website for it. I don't know if it's org or com, I'm forgetting right now. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained, but it's one of those. I think it's calm. They have regular gatherings. You don't have to go to the gatherings. You can still be a part of Grassroots for Democracy. They are letter writing, and they're doing all sorts of things to stop what, the awful outcome that could happen. So anybody who wants to help Annette with that, she is working her butt off, you guys, and really could use the help. Yeah, I'm trying. It's a little hard to breathe right now, Linda. Sorry. I'm just kind of melting. Yeah. Oh, sorry, you guys. Wow. Um, Prayers for your daughter Rachel's healing journey to excellent mental health, well-being, love. Sorry. Safety, peace, and happiness. Yes, I love it. All of us together, lifting up your daughter. Sorry. Wow. Anybody got some good jokes? I'll pull it together. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. So, Levine, I'm so glad to hear you think it's a great idea. Yeah. It came from the angels. It was so funny. They gave me the idea and then I slept on it. And the next day I got up and I'm like, wait a minute. How are we going to do 24 hours of reading people from chat? That's going to get really boring because, even though it's not boring for you if it's your question, people do tend to repeat a lot of the same questions. And, it's like if I do one where I'm just taking questions from everybody, somebody will ask, can I talk to my mom? And then 10 more people want to talk to their mom. And that's great. I would love to do that for all of you, but it's not entertaining if you keep doing one after the other like that. So we do need to break it up. So I do have plans to get little video snippets from every one of the readers so that I can play those like at the beginning of their 2 hour. And I'm going to ask them, please make it entertaining. Tell us something funny or something we don't know about yourself. Keep it short, less than 5 minutes. So those will be there to break up the readings. Then the music, as many songs as we can get to break up the readings. I'm going to have giveaways. Here's another part I didn't tell you in the newsletter that I wanted to share with you tonight. So the giveaways, I'm going to ask all of those who are involved and even the ones who can't come, if they would like to donate anything at all. And we will every 2 hour block do a drawing from those people who are present in that 2 hour block and then, give some of those things away. So we'll have the giveaways and depending on what we get, if we have enough, great. But if we need more, I'm willing to go out and solicit regular people in the marketplace who might want to put something out there just, to get seen. Hopefully not, because I want to keep it, is a tighter circle if we can. Kevin can't make it, Craig. He let me know tonight. He's got vacation plans, so he's going to be away, but he was invited. Yeah. I mean, I really did. I went through YouTube up one side and down the other, looking for people who were on the left side of the political spectrum, because I don't think we want any people on the right side of the political spectrum reading for us, but maybe some of you do. I don't know. But we want to keep it upbeat and light. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. Thank you, Beth. You think it's a great idea. Scott Scorpio, I don't know Scott Craig, so hey, please reach out to all of them. If you email me, Craig, I can send you the invite and then you can forward it to all of them. That would be fine. Or, give them my email, whatever works for you. So I'm good with all of that. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I'm feeling better. You must have been sending me some pranic healing and probably some Reiki too, I think, because I'm whoa, heart chakra's feeling better now. So thank you for everybody who sent me energy. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. Mark, Spirit Whisperer, I don't know him either. Yeah, so that's the really cool thing because I'm going to broadcast this on my channel since I'm going to have to do all the tech work. I need to have control. So it's going to be an opportunity for my community and all of their communities to mingle, to meet more people, to expand our circle, which is really exciting. So I'm looking forward to that part of it too. Minnie, it's important to realize we all have days when we feel off balance and have to have compassion. Yes, thank you so much. And right back at you. Yes, you were sending energy. Thank you, Mike. I could feel it shifting, so I appreciate that. Yeah, Francesca is sitting here watching me kind of freaking out a little bit because she's not used to me falling apart in front of her. John, you're a moderate, a dying breed. No, it's okay. We need moderates. We need people from all the spectrums. And I did see your message today, John. I don't know if you were here when I said it earlier, but for me, it's not about what party you're about. It's what your plan is for America. And, honestly, 45's plan is working with the Project 2025 people, and they're going to change us into a version of the American Taliban. And that is not a good thing for any women, any of the women you love who are going to be suppressed. They want to take away our right to vote, even. They want us to be barefoot and pregnant. I mean, these people are talking Middle Ages stuff. It's crazy. We don't want to go there. That happened to Iran. Once upon a time, those women had their freedom. And look where they took it. I mean, oh, extremes. We don't want to go there. And so much more. And plus, if you read Project 2025, you will see there is a section where they mention the metaphysical community. They want to get rid of us. We will either be locked up or killed because we don't fit with their white Christian nationalist plan for America. And that includes our audiences too, our followers, because many of you are metaphysical people, and it really hit me hard because how many years now have I been sharing messages with you from the angels and telling you from what I've learned from them that light worker, it's safe to come out of the closet and be yourself. And now what happened? Suddenly it's not safe. It might not ever be safe again if that plan gets put into action. So while I don't agree 100% with anything that the Democrats are doing, I like a lot of things they're doing, and it's a positive direction as opposed to taking America into a dictatorship. We have to preserve democracy. So my opinion, you can differ with me, but voting blue preserves democracy so that tomorrow we can fight to make it even better. For so long, people have said, I am so tired of voting for the lesser of evils. Well, okay, let's think about that from the other perspective. If you always vote for the lesser of two evils, or however many there are, you will always get the best. And then next time, vote for the next lesser of two evils. Let's keep taking it that direction. Don't go the other way because that's gotten us where we are and it's a scary place. So together we can fix this, but it's going to take a lot of work. Mary, I invited Jen, Lynn, and Johnny. So if you talk to them, tell them to check their email because it's there. Tea Time with Tanya, I don't know her. So yeah, ask her too. Lana Cutie Yellow? I think that, hope I'm not botching it, but hey, welcome. So glad you could be here. Hey, Johnny, I haven't seen you in a while. It's so glad to see you. Yeah, Mike has been sending me energy to take me out of this dark fugue here. Oh, yeah, you are so welcome, Johnny. So hope you can join us. All right, you guys. So we did our prayer. Looks like we have 24 people here. So how about we shift gears and start talking about your metaphysical questions? What would you like to talk about tonight? And, we can still talk about the fundraiser. If you have questions about, what we're planning, pop them in there. Happy to answer them. What we want to do is spread the word as far as we can to get as many people as possible interested. And if you missed it at the top of the chat, if you scroll back up, you'll see I gave you a link to the preliminary webpage for the event where I've got the 10 readers who are committed listed on that page. So soon I'm going to get their pictures up there and more information about them. This is just preliminary because I wanted to share it with you tonight. So, I worked really hard just to get that much of it up, and then I'll be adding more. So for those of you who missed it and were wondering, Linda G was invited. She is a maybe because she's going to be traveling, and it will depend on whether she can get Wi-Fi, but she really wants to be with us. So for all of those readers who can't join us, I'm happy to send them the donation link. We can actually accept donations anytime from now until, the election day, and it will all go towards the psychics who are standing up for democracy. And so our community will get credit for whatever we give. And I have no idea, you guys, how much we can possibly raise, but I know if the entire community comes together, we can really move mountains. So that's what I'm counting on. Now, the thing to know, because of federal election rules, if you're not a US citizen or a permanent green card holder citizen, you cannot donate, but you can show up to the live stream. You can lend your support. You can tell people about it. You can support us in that way. So we want you there because I'm inviting everybody, the people down under, the people overseas, whoever they are. We want to all come together because this is bigger, really, than just the election. This is about our lightworker community standing up, doing what we can, and no longer hiding who we are. Because this is like we're holding the line. And it's so funny because for more than a year, in messages that I've channeled, that kept coming up, holding the line in various ways. And now it's holding the line for democracy. We can do it together. We will create a miracle. So that's what we're working on. Richard, most of the plan is to knock any one of the light off center into worry. So stay strong in your own truth. Yes, we're doing our best. But, we all fall down occasionally. And that's where we come together and lift one another up so that we can keep going, because we don't want to fall into the abyss, because it's hard to get back out of that spot once you fall in there. Easier ways to move mountains. You do it nightly. Okay, then go for it, John. Please do. And share with us what you're doing, because maybe we can do it too. Minnie, will the founding fathers help? Let's just ask that question. So I'm just going to pop into my records and connect with them from there. So accessing my Akashic Records. Calling forth the founding fathers of America. Could you meet me in the records, please? Okay, Washington popped in right away. Franklin is there. Lincoln is there. Jefferson is there. Okay, the more of them are popping in. Okay, so Team USA, will you stand with us? Help us to save democracy. They're all raising their hands in the air. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Anybody want to say anything? Yeah, they're sad. They're sad because, we've lasted for 200 years and we're teetering on the brink. That is the truth. No getting around that. But they have faith that their ancestors have what it takes to hold the line. And they will be sending us so much love, light, and support. Thank you. Thank you for being there for us. We really appreciate that. Yeah. That's funny, Craig. Hey, Ben. Yeah. Yeah, it was a great idea, Minnie. Thank you so much for thinking of it. So, what else do you guys want to talk about? Because we can shift subjects. We don't have to stay on this one all night. Yeah, it's sad. It took me a half an hour to get to that place, right? Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, it was a rough day. It wasn't just that. It was a lot of things been building. So I'll be fine. I've got my team. And if you guys haven't read it, on Medium, I posted a story where I went into the records and I had an encounter with Archangel Raziel. We went horseback riding together, which was okay. Let's do that. That was fun. He was riding a big gray Percheron. And we just had this lovely adventure, and he showed me a lot of things, and you just got to read it. I don't know, did I send you the link for that? I think I put the link in the newsletter. But you know what? Let me grab it now in case there's anybody here tonight who maybe doesn't get the newsletter. I can do that because it's on Medium. If you've got my link, then you can read it for free. If you don't have my link, then you've got to have a membership to read. So let me grab it for you. Oh, and I'll share the Lionsgate with you as well, because that one didn't get published in time for me to send it to you yesterday. And that's kind of good. So this is the Lionsgate story. Yeah, and this was funny because the thing with Raziel, we got flying monkeys attacking, like from the Wizard of Oz, which was bizarre, but they use whatever metaphors and symbology that will resonate with you. So let me know what you think about that one. So this is the Raziel expedition. We'll call it an expedition because it was a journey. Yeah, there you go. Say la vie. Can we ask, why are they targeting us light workers in our community of channelers and psychics? What are their fears exactly? Yes. A lot of it's just because we're going the opposite direction from them. They want to take away people's rights. And We fought so hard for those rights. Excuse me. Sorry, I got a tickle now. So let's ask for C'est la vie. Why are the lightworkers being targeted by the Heritage Foundation? Why do they want to take us back to the Dark Ages? It's corruption, greed, and power. That's always the story. It's like this story is as old as time. Those who are in power get greedy, they want more, then they abuse the people below them. Think about the serfs, in the Middle Ages. That's kind of the vision these people had. They thought that was a really cool setup as long as you were on the top, as long as you were the feudalists and you had all the money. And guys, if you rely on government benefits, you really ought to be paying attention because they're going to get rid of all those government benefits. The VA gone, disability gone, Social Security gone, Medicare gone. They don't believe in those things. They think they're entitlements that you don't deserve them, which we know is BS. This is our social safety net. We love and care for one another. We don't kick them out and desert them when they're in need. There's enough of that going on in the country. We don't need to explode that. So yeah, we've got to do something about it. So Sylvie, let me know if that answers your question or if you want to know more, because I'm happy to probe more if you want more. We certainly have time. Linda, quirky? Yes, absolutely. But you know what? I have many more stories that are quirky like that. I was going to put them in a book. I had it all ready to go. And then I just got stuck because I didn't know how the book would be received. I didn't know how to shape it so the stories would stand in this book. But I've been experimenting by sharing some of those stories on Medium, and I'm finding that people do kind of like them. So this is kind of making me circle back around and get that book out because I have some amazing stories that you haven't even heard yet. Like, going in and meeting Glinda the Good Witch and walking through this park that was filled with pink marshmallow cream, going through that. And then I go to this fountain to get a drink and to wash my hands of this pink marshmallow cream. And the water in that fountain tripped something in my brain. And suddenly I was having all of these realizations that I hadn't had before. And that was just the beginning of that vision. There was more. And the funny thing about these stories is that, yeah, I go through them. I get whatever messages that I can interpret from them. But if you were to read them, you would probably get something even different because they're just magical the way they weave these stories where they can resonate with so many people and for different reasons. So I was always excited to get those stories out there to get people opening their imagination to what is possible for them. Because those of you who have been through the 21-day challenge with Metatron, a lot of this is about tapping into your imagination. That is the path to connecting with your angels, your team. So we need to help people let go of the notion that getting into the imagination is wrong because no, it's the path, baby. That's the way you go. That's how they get you in there. So, Craig, what does Audie Murphy, who played Sergeant York, think about Trump and why we need to stop him? Well, let's first ask him if he thinks that we need to stop him because we can't assume. So, Audie Murphy, are you available? Would you come forth and speak to us? He just came forth with a salute. That's so funny. So, Mr. Murphy, do you know about Donald Trump and what he's doing to the country? Yes, yes. Oh, he's such a patriot. I can really feel that energy from him. The love of country. Wow. I mean, I knew that, but feeling it is, wow, that's a whole different experience. Ooh, it's like buzzing in my heart chakra. Wow. Okay, so Mr. Murphy, what do you think about the plans that Donald Trump has for the US? Pardon the language, ma'am, but it's a bunch of horseshit. Okay, anything else you want to say about that? It's just so wrong. He's sad. He's got a sad face and he's shaking his head. It's just so wrong. We fought for this country, not to see it go up in smoke and be taken over by a bunch of rich elites. That is not the vision, the dream that we fought for. Bring it back. Stand up for us who came before you. Bring it back. Hold the line. Thank you. Is there anything else you want to share? Thank you for coming forward. I really appreciate it. It was an honor. Your energy is really beautiful. Yeah. You're a disabled vet and you need the VA. Absolutely. It needs to be better. And that's what I was talking about earlier. The Democrats have not done such a great job with the VA either. From what I've heard from a lot of people, the VA in many places just sucks. And what about our contract with the vets that we promised to take care of them when they risk their lives for us? It reminds me so often of the treaties with the Native Americans and how we broke them. How dare we break our treaties with the vets? So let's get better and keep moving better, 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 because we need to be taking care of our vets. Whatever it is they need to live out their lives, joy and happiness, regardless of what happened to them, their mental health. We owe that to them to help them. And by the way, you guys, if you're a vet, please connect with Mike and chat because Mike has services that he offers freely to the vets. They're beautiful healing services. So if you need that, please reach out to Mike. And Mike, I think you can put your email address in there. I'm not sure, but I think you can. Beth, you like the 5-minute challenge? Yeah. It was so funny. He was calling it the Daily Five. So if you guys don't know what that's about, I wrote you that in the newsletter and the link for the primer, you don't see it? Oh, I know what you mean. Okay, the page. Yeah, let me bring it back up again. Sorry. Here we go. This is the link that shows you the psychics who have already signed on. So where was I? I was telling you about Mike. Yeah. So, oh crap, I just lost my window. Hang on, it disappeared. There it is. All right, got two windows open. Yeah, it was at the very top, Mike. So if you came in after I posted, you might not see it. So thanks for letting me know because I'd forgotten about that little problem. So the 5-minute challenge, that's what we were talking about. So it was in the August forecast that Metatron brought this up because August, you guys, the watchword for August is vigilance. And that is not putting it lightly. Storms and lots of upheaval. It's going to be a roller coaster month energetically. And of course, that's without even taking into account whatever Lionsgate might do to you. So rough. So vigilant, stay on your game. Come together in support. And if you guys are feeling wobbly and you need more support, please reach out to me. We can always throw together an impromptu gathering for support. Or if you're in the Facebook group, tag me in there. I don't go in there very often, but if you need something, tag me. I will make it a point to come in there and see, what's going on and see what we can do together because this is especially the time between now and the election. We've really got to have each other's backs as much as possible. Wendy, you love the stories. I'm so glad. Yeah. They are wonderful. And you can have them too. That's the amazing and marvelous thing. Through the years, mine have evolved. It used to be when I first went into the records, I always saw a door. And if it was for me, it was usually like this big wooden medieval door with um, that black metal, that really heavy old black metal. I forget what they call it now, but anyway, that metal for the fittings on the door. And probably that was just something I had in my head about what I thought the records were. And then when I got inside, they used to be like the New York Public Library with card catalogs. Can you imagine? So it was that, and then a long corridor of doors. And I went into one door one time and I had a conversation with Sigmund Freud because I was asking about grief. And Freud was the one who came forward to give me a message about grief, which is where the meditation about that's on my website, akashaunleashed.com, about grief relief came from. It was from Freud. And there's a whole story behind that. So that's one that I'll be sharing in the book when I finally get around to doing it. So yeah, and the interesting thing is then when I would go in for somebody else, I would see entirely different doors depending on their energy and what they needed at the time. And the really fascinating thing is over time, the doors kind of went away. They first shifted into like flimsy curtains and then nothing because metaphorically, there was no barricade to going into the records. There was never really a door. And once I got to the place of understanding about that, the door wasn't necessary anymore. But one of the really funny ones, I'll share this one with you. One time I stepped in, and it's like a threshold used to be when I would step in. So it was dark, pitch dark. I stepped in across the threshold. I had to raise my foot up to climb over the threshold, which is like that. And I stepped into this cold, dank seawater. And I was like, oh crap, what is that about? And then it morphed into what looked like Jungle Book, the movie. There was the snake on the tree, there was the boy, and I think that the cat was there. And this whole message came forth. I can't remember the message now because it wasn't for me, it was for somebody else, and I can't remember them all. But here's the really cool thing. So the message resonated with the person. They took the message and went away. 1 year later, this guy moved onto a houseboat. Now I understand about the cold, dank water. That was the metaphor they were using. Now, I don't know if when he got that in the moment, he put the dots together and knew that that's what it meant. But boy, when I found out about that, it was like, whoa, all the dots are connecting. Now I understand what that's about. So sometimes you will get a message where, gosh, you don't understand what those symbols are all about. Write them down because sometime in the future, you will get more pieces of the picture. They'll fit together and voila, suddenly you know what it means. Years ago, Jesus came to me in one of my journeys and he said to me, time is fungible. And I'm like, huh? I don't understand what that means. And why are you telling me that? I didn't get any more then. It was like at least a year later, maybe more, before I got it. Oh, yeah, because connecting with the fifth dimension, time is fungible. It's not linear like it is here. And that's what he was trying to convey. Plus, if we work it right, time can be fungible for us here in the fourth dimension when we learn to stretch time. And see, that came later too. So all these pieces come in later to back up what you might have been given previous. Nothing means nothing. Everything means something. So I encourage you, anything like that you get, write it down. Refer back to it once in a while. You will be amazed at what comes through because they're always, I mean, they love this stuff. It's fun for them. I think it's kind of even, comedic to them what we go through in order to figure all this stuff out. They just laugh their butts off at us sometimes, you guys. Not in a bad way though, in a loving way. But yeah, we quite amuse them. Gary Cooper played Sergeant York. That's okay, Greg. Doesn't matter because we asked for Audie and he came forward. And the cool thing about the records, you guys, is its intention. Because sometimes we've been on like, let's say, an Ask Your Guides, and I'm channeling for somebody, and in a moment my brain does a blip and I say the wrong person's name, but the message that comes through is still for whoever it was I was originally channeling it for, because it's all energy and intention. And they knew that I just said the wrong name momentarily. They didn't all of a sudden switch to somebody else's record. So know that energy intention is everything. So if you're going to your records, be sure that you have that clarity, what it is you want to accomplish. Now, that can be simply going in and saying, Hey, here I am. What do you want to tell me today? And wow, you can get some marvelous experiences that way. But set your intention. What do you want from that session? If you've got specific questions, let them know. They will do their best. They will turn cartwheels and somersaults, whatever they can do to help you, coming up with all of these symbols and metaphors that you might resonate with because they know you intimately. They know the things that you will resonate with. And maybe, like sometimes in a reading, I'll get just this big wall of tomato red. So that's them developing a language with me. Over time, I've learned that when I see the wall of tomato red, it's almost always about the root chakra. But I didn't know that in the beginning. So that's another thing. You develop a language with them, things that will show up for you over and over. Once you figure out what they are, then it will probably always mean that when it comes up. It's like if you've ever watched the medium John Edward, he will tell the audience, if I see a pink rose, it means this. Or if I see, a red rose, it means that, or something else. That's the language he's developed in order to, it's like a shorthand to get it quicker so that you don't have to, go through all the stuff to get to the point faster. So it's really marvelous. And you can do it too. You don't need an intermediary. Now, if you want to get an answer faster and you can't do it for yourself yet, then fine, get an intermediary. But you absolutely have the ability. And that's why Metatron gave us the book, The Path to Hearing Angels and Guides. It's to help you do it for yourself. It's to empower you. And I can't encourage you enough to read that book if you haven't, because it just will help you so much. You all will benefit so much from, even if you just get this much of a connection, know that over time it will expand. And you showing up regularly is what causes it to expand. So that's what the 5 minutes in August will help you do. If you will faithfully commit just 5 minutes a day, everybody can do that. Just pause, take some deep breaths, talk to your angels, and then be silent for the 5 minutes. Just see what comes forward. Whatever comes forward, write it down or record it with your voice. Doesn't matter. Just preserve it and trust that it was probably from your angels because that's what you were asking for in that 5 minutes. But you do that for a month and you watch what changes in your ability to get messages faster. It will change your life. Just a month. And perfect timing because you're going to need it for what we've got ahead of us. So that Metatron, he is just so smart. Puts all those pieces together. It's not just one benefit, it's multiple benefits. I love that, Minnie G. The next time you get stressed or overreact, you will envision your team laughing with you with love. Yeah, like belly laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing with you. They will do that if it will help. So, yeah, let them do that for you. And then in the other times, let them come in and just embrace you because you know what they will do. You've got this inner team that's with you, like shoulder length away from you all of the time. It's usually either 5 or 6. That seems to be the most common number when I've read on people. They will come in and make you into a sandwich. They will come right up against so their bodies are touching yours, all of their arms around you, embracing you so tightly, hoping that you feel it. So when you get into that energy and you need that lift up, close your eyes and just picture them doing a mini G sandwich, squishing you with love, and then giggling with you about it, because you can do that too. So yeah, do that. Okay, you guys, I'm at the bottom of comments. You got any more for me? We have 26 people here, it looks like. Hey, can you hit the like button? I only see 15 likes. A few more would be helpful. Oh, I love that, Craig. Your relationship with Clara is getting clearer. Beautiful. And it will, just like the 5 minutes a day. And, I've shared this with you many times, so you probably have heard me say it, but whenever I would go to Metatron and I would complain, because I complain to him, I'm honest with him about what I'm feeling and going through. And I'll complain and say, how come that psychic over there can do all these things and I can't? We've been together for like 10 years now. And he looks at me and he smiles and he says, remember all those times you chose not to meditate? Okay, you got me. Yeah, lots of times I didn't. I didn't do a daily meditation practice. I thought I should, but life, and I always found excuses. So when I did that 21-day meditation challenge, that was the first a challenge to me that I didn't know was going to be a course in a book. I had no idea. I was just honoring a request that Metatron made of me. And that's smart of him because he knows if he asks me to do something, I'm probably going to do it. So I did it, and look what came out of that. That has blessed so many people. It has expanded their connection with their teams. It's changed their lives because I followed through and I did what he asked me to do. And then it became that book. So even though, I don't know, maybe less than 1,000 people have even read that book, because I haven't checked the numbers, but I don't think it's more than 1,000 at this point. It has changed those people's lives, and it will change the lives of whomever they engage with. And by the way, if you feel so disposed, go grab Little Book of Meditations. Oh my gosh, that was a follow-up that he gave us for after the 21-day challenge. It's comforting, it's uplifting, it's inspiring. He chose specifically the 18 meditations that are in that book. There's something for almost everything in there. Some of it is just so awe-inspiring. Some of it you just feel so encased in a cocoon of love. And some of it's kind of funny. It's all things, whatever you need. So you can go to that book, flip through, and randomly pick a meditation and try it, or, pick one based on what you're feeling. And then use the links in the book to get the audio version. So the concept was read the meditation first so that you've got the path, you know how you are going to be progressing through the meditation. Then when you listen to it, you can be fully present, not wondering about what comes next, which means you will get a deeper experience with the meditation. You can do them over and over. They are so phenomenal. And last I looked, I think less than 100 people had read that book. And it's like, whoa, this is so powerful, people. You need this book. So, reminding you about it, take a look, consider it. But for yourself, really think about doing just the 5 minutes. That will change your life. It's huge. And Metatron would not have asked you if it wasn't important and if it wouldn't have that kind of an effect for you. Callista, can you meditate while walking on a treadmill? Absolutely. Yes. In fact, last year, I was going about 3 times a week to a local park and doing like 3 miles a day hiking. And I found it was cutting into the time I had for meditation. So I decided, okay, I'll have my phone with me. I will ask for a message while I walk, and I'll just hit record on my phone. And I did. I got the most amazing messages. And in fact, that's really good practice because what happens, your eyes are open while you're getting those messages. So it's helping you to tone the muscle to get even better at it. And I did find that the downloads were coming with more ease, faster. So well worth doing. Yeah. You can do it in the car too, Callista. Sometimes I'll just be driving because, when you're driving, you're a little disconnected. Your brain is not 100% engaged the way it is when you're doing your work or something. So at that moment, when you're in the car, you are open to getting those downloads. So I keep the phone handy for that too, and just hit record if I start getting something. In fact, my first book, Akasha Unleashed, The Missing Manual to You, almost half of that I channeled in the car because things would just keep coming through and I wasn't going to waste that. That was good stuff. So that book is about half channeled and about half me. And, Susan Lynn talks about that a lot. When you go on and you listen to her channeling, she'll say it's like 60% them and 40% me. And it does get that way after a while when you do the channeling. Sometimes things will come through, and I don't know if it's me or them. I don't care. It's good stuff. I can feel the intention and the love behind it. It just comes flowing through. Because if you've done it for long enough and you've developed that relationship, you kind of know what they're going to say. So it's like It's that oneness. It's coming together and it's speaking one voice, but two directions, if that makes any sense at all. So don't give up. Whenever you can, set aside even the 5 minutes. More is better, but just 5 minutes will change your life. You will get to that place where it comes through with ease, on demand. And there's just nothing like it. It feels so wonderful. You feel so loved, supported, protected. And it makes days like this rough one happen very infrequently because I can't tell you the last time I cried. Long time. My life is normally, very upbeat and joyful and, because I'm hanging out with my angels all the time. So that can be for you. You can have bliss nearly every day when you connect with your team. And, a lot of people will tell you, go into the records and then be sure you close them when you come out. And for me, I was always forgetting to close them. And then one day Metatron said, why would you want to close them? And I'm like, oh, wow, you're right. Why would I want to? So what happened is I'm now 24/7 connected. So I don't even have to do the opening prayer unless it's something I'm feeling is going to go really deep. And then I might even use a different prayer because what I've discovered over the years is the prayer that you use to open the records determines which door you go into the records, and it's a different experience. So that's something to play with too. You can write your own prayer. You can use the one I shared with you. You can use Linda Howe's prayer, whatever you feel led to do. You can even just say, access Akashic Records. You can go in that way too. So it's play with it and find what flows for you the best because remember, we're all unique. So the way that we do this is going to differ from one to the other. So I'm teaching you what I've learned through experimenting and researching in the records, but what you end up finding works best for you could be something entirely different. So, take it with a grain of salt, use it if it works for you. Don't if it doesn't. Find what works for you because that's honoring your soul. Thank you, Debbie. You love the little book of meditations. Yeah, I think everybody would benefit from it. But when I published that one, I didn't do the same kind of a launch as I did with my first book. I actually hired a company and I spent a lot of money having them promote that book for me in the first week. And that's how it got to bestseller because they reached out to all of their connections worldwide and sold enough in all those other countries to be a 5-time international bestseller. I couldn't have done that, but they did. And then when it got to Little Book of Meditations, I just didn't want to do that. It felt like this is a gift from the angels and it can really stand on its own. So it was kind of an experiment, but one day I might do some other kind of a promotion for it. I don't know. But it really does deserve to get out there to more people. They need it. It's a beautiful tool. So, yeah. But the thing is, you put it out there with love, with intention, and you just let it do what it's going to do. Because at that point, I wasn't interested in making it an instant bestseller. Once you've done that as an author, it's not such a big deal. You've done it. It's the ego thing. So I accomplished that. And then the rest, I just wanted to stand on their own merit. So, I do run ads and I keep them out there in front of people to let them know about it. Where it's appropriate, I share it with people. And yes, Richard, I will definitely promote it during the marathon because you know what? I'm hosting it. So if I can't run an ad for my books, then there's something wrong with this because I'm not getting anything out of it except following what I've been guided to do and the satisfaction of bringing all these people together to have this experience. And honestly, I'm a little worried because while the broadcast is going on, somebody's got to be doing the tech stuff behind the scenes. So unless I'm able to find some volunteers locally that can come and I'm planning to get a hotel room to broadcast because I can't take a chance that the power will go out in my house while I'm broadcasting. So I'm going to ask the angels to make sure the power stays on at the hotel and I'll have to be there for 2 days to broadcast from there to keep the signal going. So I'll need to find a couple of people locally, if possible, I'm hoping, who can step in and let me sleep for a few hours to run the videos and putting the snippets in as per the schedule. And then if I can't do that, then it's going to be me for the 24 hours. So I'm going to really need a lot of love and support from you guys to stay up and sharp enough to put all the videos in the right places and not screw it up during the 24 hours. So it's going to be an adventure, and I'm planning it's going to go well. Minnie, oh, that's a triumph. I am so happy, you guys. Minnie is convinced she's going to be more consistent with her meditation. Yeah, take it from me. I've lost 10 years, Minnie, where I could have been way further, more advanced if I had shown up on a daily basis. And when I was showing up on a daily basis, I was getting those amazing stories that I could have probably filled 10 volumes with by now, because they're just incredible what you get. And recently, when I was practicing with the trancing meditation, they took me to the seventh dimension, which I wasn't expecting, because when I do those, I go in just open. Show me what you want to show me or share whatever. And this day they took me, we got in an elevator and we went up to the seventh dimension. It was kind of a darkish room. And I swear God, it looked like a data processing center. And I haven't been back since. I don't know what that means. So I'm still waiting for them to take me back again so I can figure out, why did you show me the data processing center? What does this mean for us? What are we to gain from this? So you get stuff like that, but you got to keep showing up to get it. And I haven't been as consistent in the last couple of weeks because things have been crazy, but I will be getting back to it. I actually had a reading with this very highly recommended guru who told me I should stop trying to do the trancing, that I'm not ready for it. And some other stuff that just did not sit well with me. And I'm thinking, I don't know who she was reading, but she wasn't reading me. So that was kind of a waste of time and quite expensive, but you try, right? I was looking for some help. Oh, and here's a story you will love. How many of you know Nancy Jean of Nancy Jean's Garden? So I had a reading with Nancy a while back. She's fabulous, by the way. And I, of course, invited her to join us in the fundraiser because, Nancy Jean is a politico from way back. She used to run campaigns for people in Texas. So she's got a lot of political chops. So I reached out to her to pick her brain, and she very kindly sent me a screenshot of a reading that she did for me in the event. And she got, everything looks good in the beginning, everything looks good at the end, but in the middle, Eight of Swords. Oh. And I thought, well, okay, I know about the Eight of Swords, and I know that's an illusion. That person in that card only thinks that she's bound up and trapped. She's really not. She can take the blindfold and the cords off at any time and step back into her power. So I'm not going to let that bother me. But I got to tell you, the last couple of days, oh my gosh, I'm feeling the Eight of Swords power. But yeah, the good news is that the ending card she got for me was really hopeful and uplifting. And Nancy Jean is one of the psychics who will be joining us on the event. So I'm excited about that. When I write the second book of meditations, Debbie, yeah, definitely, because it'll be part two. It'll be book two in the series. And when you have a series, they kind of promote themselves, which is really cool. And, if I'm in a place financially where I can spend more on marketing to get it out to a wider audience, I certainly will. It's just, when I did the other one, I was not, honestly and truly. I was struggling. So I had to go on a shoestring budget and do the self-promotion that I did. And you guys supported me, which I deeply appreciate. And everybody who reads it is blessed by it. That blesses me. And I share that with Metatron. So it's all good. Callista, you were thinking of changing the opening prayer. Any words Metatron recommends to include to make sure you're tapping into the divine, or is it just intent? Just intent, Callista. Let me try and, from memory, share with you a different prayer that I use occasionally when I'm feeling like I want to go into a different, maybe deeper one. So, and you can play this replay back and get the words, or email me and I'll send it to you. But I ask God if he will have his shield of love and truth around me permanently, so only God's love and truth will exist between you and me. I ask the masters and teachers of me to channel through me out of whatever realm to say whatever they wish. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like that one. I can remember it. It feels good to me. So I use that one occasionally when I feel a need to do something a little extra special. And if you listen to it and you hear that about channel through me out of whatever realm, you might feel a little nervous. But understand the intention of that prayer is connecting with the Akashic records. So when you connect with the records, go through the records to whatever it is you're channeling, it will be love, light, and truth. There won't be darkness. You know, really interesting. I'll just share this anecdote with you before we go back to comments. I met a lady on Medium this week who had been delving into metaphysical things. She was doing Reiki, she was going into the records, she was going very deep, but nobody had given her any training or cautioned her about using and opening, being sure that she was connected with light. So she was channeling some dark stuff. It ended up driving her mad. She had a nervous breakdown. She was going around, man, I mean, they thought she was bipolar, but she really wasn't. It was these dark forces that were kind of taken over. I don't know if she was possessed. I'm not looking. It's not my business, but it sounded like it. And she would just go off and spew things at people because she was in that manic state. And she thought she was sharing this really deep, sacred wisdom with them. And it's so unfortunate that that happened to her. So now she's at a place where she's got PTSD and is afraid to even go into any metaphysical place. And it's so sad because she had opened up a link to Creator, that she was getting that blessing. She was feeling that love and that deep sense of well-being that you get when you connect with Creator, with all that is. And now she can't have that because she's afraid of what will happen. I hope she finds her way back one day. And, you know, not in this lifetime, in another one, but it's sad. So make sure that you know where you're going. And if you want protection, do protection. And that can be just a matter of calling on your angels, whoever they are. You can call them by name, or you can just call your angel team. Ask them to erect a shield of love, light, protection around you so that you can freely go out exploring and not be worried about it. So there's all kinds of things like that that you can do to take care of yourself. I don't personally, on a normal basis, ask for that kind of protection because, like I said, I'm 24/7 connected to the records. That brings with it that protection. So I'm not worried. But there's been a time or two when I just felt kind of, the goosebumps and the hair raising on the back of the neck. And I just called in those burly angels to help me out. I've told you that story before about the two Hulk cartoon versions of Hulk, one on either side of me, that went marching through the woods with me because I just had that weird feeling. So if you feel a need for it, ask for it. It can't hurt. Be safe, always. So, Callista, let me know if that works for you, if you want something else. We can work on something together. It's really a matter of going into your heart chakra, feeling your way through. What would you say to God if you were talking directly to God? Because you are always. What do you want to say to God? And that's perfect. Once you do that, you might find words start just flowing out of your mouth that you weren't expecting. Just be in that state of flow and allowing and see what comes. That's a marvelous way to get your channel primed up. Allow things to come through and see what they want to say to you. Because you can channel. I know you can. Linda, you love Nancy Jean. That's awesome. Yeah, she is something else. Scott Scorpio's a night owl. That is good. I'm actually hoping we get enough people from, down under and overseas who can fill those hours in the wee hours for us that might be normal hours for them, so that we don't have to ask people here to do it in the middle of the night. But, we'll do what we got to do to make this happen. And your love, your support, that means everything to getting us to this goal. And at this point, I don't even know what to set as a monetary goal. Usually when you do these things, you have a number that is your goal. I don't know what that would be. So I've spoken with the Harris campaign and I said, do you have a formula that you can calculate, saying based upon this many people who are invited and how many might actually show up, that this could be a projected goal number? They don't know yet. I haven't heard back from the right person, but I'm waiting to hear. And if nothing, then I think I'll just ask the collective group of readers, hey, let's together figure out what the goal number is. We'll put that up there because I don't know. It's not my expertise. I don't know anything about this. I've never done anything like this before, which is part of the reason it's so scary. But I'm just answering the call and we will do the best that we can. The list of readers that I put together, I made this spreadsheet and I put down the number of subscribers they all have for their YouTube channel. And if everybody on that list said yes, we would have over 700,000 potential people showing up who subscribe to their channel. Now, realistically, maybe only half or less would even show up, but still, that's a hefty number. So we might actually be able to make some real magic here. And whatever we do will be wonderful and perfect. So that's what we're going for. New perspective, Linda. Awesome. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So, oh, you only get what you're ready for. Yeah, absolutely. Sister of Six. Hopefully you get enough readers. If not, maybe an 11-hour angel number 11. Yeah, I'm prepared to cut the hours back if we don't have enough people, because I can't ask these people to do, multiple sections to keep it going 24 hours if there's only 11 of us. So I'm prepared to flow, to be flexible. But I also know this community, and I know those readers out there that I watch who are deeply invested in helping us save democracy. So I'm just counting on more of them to step up once they hear about it and want to join us. So far there was only that one who was a little on the nasty side and insinuated that, it wasn't all on the up and up, which I was really offended by. I live with the highest integrity I can because I'm dealing with God and the angels, right? So it really hurts. It's offensive when somebody insinuates something like that. But I'll get over it. Craig, it happened to your cousin Loretta. She didn't channel spirit through the light and she's suffering. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's just take a minute and send some angels and love light to Loretta to bring her out of that dark place that she's in. So team, whatever you can bring to Loretta, lift her up, help her to see out of that dark space that she's in, to see the light once again and to move forward towards the light. And we all say amen on that one. Yeah, Dave Johnson would be good if we can get him. Absolutely. Ellie's a no. So no, she's not interested. Many others can relate. You were urged to have more fun in your last reading. Yes, absolutely. We should all be having more fun. That's the point. They tell us that over and over and over. John, insults about you. It's not about you, it's about the insulter. I know that, John. It still stings when it happens. And it came right on top of that wacky lady leaving that horrible offensive comment on my YouTube video. I mean, I'm doing these readings for free, for God's sake. And I put it out there as content for people to see what's possible that they might accomplish in their lives. And then some wacko comes on and accuses me of abusing this woman, of being arrogant. And I don't even know what else she said. It was horrible. And honestly and truly, in the moment, it made me doubt myself. I thought, did I really do that? I don't think I did. I always try to be careful and sensitive to people's feelings, but did I push her too hard? And I went to bed with that, feeling really crappy. So I had a bad dream. And then I woke up this morning with, hell no, that's not the intention. That's not what I did. This woman is just nuts and she's projecting it onto me. So I started feeling better then. But it kind of left a pall on me all day. And then I got that other email that was like, okay, twice in one day. I don't need any more of this today. And so, I was really looking forward to tonight so that we could lift it up and bring it out, which we have done, which Sorry, I bit my tongue, which we have done. And I really appreciate you being here because having you guys here, all of the support, the love, knowing that we really are in this together and we are still marching to Earthtopia, not giving up that dream. No how, no way. Marianne, yes, Craig. She said her health will not allow her to be on live, but she has graciously offered to do a pre-recorded video that she will share with us that I'm really excited about. So, yeah, bless her heart because she's really struggling with her health. Dorothy, sending love and healing. Don't give energy to negative comments from people. Thank you. I know that, it's like when I got the first negative comment on my first book, I was prepared for it. I knew it would happen. And in a way, it's kind of like a rite of passage as an author. When you get your first bad comment, it's like, hey, I've arrived. But still, even though I had lots and lots of really positive, uplifting comments, that one comment came in and it was like, this is not the person you want to take life advice from. And I'm like, whoa, lady, where are you coming from? And in her comment, she was very offended by my story about my horse. And it's like, oh, I know who you are. You're one of those judgy people who hangs out around horse stables, who judges everybody else for choices that they make without knowing any of the backstory. Because she's accusing me of taking a wild horse, bringing her to the city, and then essentially tormenting her, which is not what happened at all. And it's like, okay, if you'd read past chapter 3, you might have gotten something out of the book, but you didn't. So, okay, case her out of you. And I got over it. And I even learned after a while to laugh about it, but it still hurts when it happens. So, mostly what I've learned to do is to take some deep breaths and ask myself, what is so bad in that person's life that they feel the need to attack a stranger on the internet? And usually that brings me out of it pretty quickly. But the crazy one yesterday was hard. Thank you, Callista. Prayer for life up and dispel the bad vibe. Absolutely. Yeah, Francesca helped me with that too. She watched the video and she read the comment and she's like, she's crazy. So it was good to get that validation. And my friend Elena, I sent it to her. She talked to Spirit about it for me. And what she got is don't even respond to that person. They are in such low negative energy that if you even respond, it'll drag you down to their level and you just don't want to go there, which I was kind of feeling like I'm not going to respond to this person. So it was good to get that validation and good to have friends who can call out the troops on your behalf when you need it. Debbie, a big storm just west of you, so you'll watch on replay. Oh, yeah. Safety and protection around you and your farm, Debbie. Lots of love to you. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Froggy, hey, haven't seen you in a long time. Some people just don't know how to be kind. Guess their mothers never told them if they have nothing nice to say, don't say it. Yeah, there's some of those in every crowd, right? We just have to learn to live with it. Minnie G, you've gotten used to being around kind people. Yeah. Thankfully, most of the people in our community really are kind and supportive. I was really surprised, honestly, at some of the people who responded to the invitation to the fundraiser. They don't know who I am. I've never talked to them. First of all, they opened it. That was a triumph. And then they responded and they were so enthusiastic. It was just really lovely. So I'm hopeful that when the others finally open it, that there'll be more of that. Joyce, you know Nancy Jean. Awesome. Yeah, I hope you guys are all supporting her. She is fabulous. So kind and wise. Something about her wisdom about how we're becoming, what's shifting, just deeply resonates. It matches a lot of the things that I have felt and gotten from my own channeled messages about where we're moving to. Some years back, I met a lady in the metaphysical group who had written a book about how we are shifting out of a carbon-based energy form into a crystalline energy form. And I don't know if that's really true, but we're definitely shifting into something. And the angels have told me that they're upgrading our DNA, It's totally being rewritten. So maybe it is to crystalline. And what that means, I'm not sure about either, but it's something different and big and expanding us into way greater than what we are now. Tuta speaks? I've never heard of that, Craig. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Again, reach out, let them know. I'm happy to bring them under the umbrella and let's together make magic. Linda, you're trying to limit your time on YouTube because you're seeing too much yucky stuff and perspectives. Sometimes you get overwhelmed. Yeah, that's wise. Absolutely. You pull back, you take care of you first and do what you can. But thankfully, we have so many uplifting channels out there that are lovely and lift you up to a beautiful place. And Celtic Tarot Sheila, she had been sick and not making videos for a while, so she just posted today on her community page. She's back, so we'll be getting more fun, uplifting messages from her. And I don't know if you saw Dr. Whimsy. Oh my gosh, you guys, she was on vacation in Stockholm. She immediately wrote back, I'm in. That was it. I was just flabbergasted. It was so wonderful. So Whimsy will be there. Froggy, important to take breaks. Absolutely. Yeah. And I've been really pushing hard, getting all those emails out to everybody and calibrating all the information, bringing it together, all the brainstorming and everything. Andrea would be awesome, but Andrea has been offline for about 6 months now, Craig. I checked in on her recently because I had a question about her cards. I was playing with them and enjoying and needing some input, but she's for some reason taking a break. I don't know what that's about. So please reach out to her if you have an email. And, if she wants to, we would be delighted to have her. Minnie G, it's uplifted you. Oh, I'm so glad. That's wonderful. I hope between all the sobs and things that it has been uplifting for all of you that's been here tonight. And we are getting close to the end, you guys. I need to go hang out with Francesca some more tonight. So any other comments, questions before we say our closing prayer and wrap? Froggy, it must be hard trying to get in touch with so many people at the same time. Yeah, it is. And the thing is that they get so many emails. They could get hundreds, if not thousands of emails in a short period of time. So sorting through them and finding, the ones that are important to open is really hard. So I tried to be really creative with the subject line so that it would stick out and they would open it. But even then, you still lose them. I lose emails all the time. Sometimes I'll write to somebody 6 months later and say, I am so sorry. I just discovered your email buried in my inbox. So, we all do the best we can. But, reach out however you can. And, if you happen to have a text for them, text them. Whatever way you can get through to them would be great. Andrea gave Craig a tiger's eye stone, and she said Clara told her it helps you connect. That is so cool. Tiger's eye, huh? Yeah, if you read the story with Raziel and I with the flying monkeys, he was talking about hematite in that story. So Francesca and I need to go shopping to get some hematite because in that vision, what I saw was, well, it was kind of gross. He he did he had a cat's head on and he was throwing up into my hand and out came what was like a crystal ball but made of hematite. It was freaky. You got to read the story to get it. Skip that gross part if you need to. And I don't know why he did that. That was just weird. One day I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. But anyway, I don't know why I need the hematite, but he did give me some information about it. So I'm going to delve into that a little bit more. Maybe it's the piece I need for right now for the fundraiser. So hopefully we'll get that done this week. Sister of Six, Jimmy Kimmel has a bit where celebrities read mean tweets written about them. They're ridiculous and the celebrities are good sports. Yeah, you have to be. You know, so much crap comes at people every day. Doesn't mean it doesn't sting anyway, but we can get over that with a little practice, and all of your love and support means the world. Linda, ending on a positive note is good. Absolutely. Gotta leave, Minnie. Okay, you are so welcome. Glad you could be here. Mary, you love the weekly emails, especially about the farm. And Mom, yeah, she's still doing well. You are so welcome. Johnny, changing the title to my channel to improve the algorithm. Well, it does have Voice of the Akashic Records in it, so that was important for me. I don't know what else I would change it to. And at this point, it's kind of established, so I don't think it would really do me all that good. But you know, maybe we'll get a boost when we do the fundraiser. What I do know is that's going to bring a lot of people forward. So at least during that 24-hour period, YouTube will give me more of a boost because of all of that, which is really wonderful because you know what that means? That means while we're broadcasting and all the people who know these readers are there, YouTube is sending the signal out to other people who don't know these readers. That's what I'm really excited about because that will bring them in. They can meet these readers, and then for giving of their time, they can benefit from meeting a new audience. So that's pretty cool. But actually, I used to be really stressed about growing the channel and all that stuff, but I stopped because it's like it's what it needs to be. And if it needs to be bigger, the angels will work on that. I don't have to do it. I don't have to stress about it. I'm reaching those people it's important for me to reach. That's you. And I'm so grateful that you're here. I forget the properties now, Froggy. If you read the story, it's in the story. I talked about it there. But it had a lot of really cool stuff that it does. So I think it will be helpful. Yeah, Linda, grounding and absorbing negative energy. Yeah, right. Perfect. See, Metatron is so freaking smart. He knows before and prepares. And if I'd had the time, I would have already gone out and gotten it. But things have been a little crazy. So this week we're going to do that. Hey, Tammy from Wainwright. Great to see you. Yeah, watch from the beginning. We covered a lot of stuff. Craig, you like Dr. Whimsy and you don't have to go through her agent. That is awesome. Say la vie, you enjoy the channel and the live chats. It's insightful and inspiring. I'm so glad. Thank you for being here. It just warms my heart up when you show up. And by the way, if you haven't already, pop over to Irish Granny Tarot and watch that video we did together on going down the rabbit hole of UFOs. Wow, was that something else? She comes up with the darndest questions, and I don't care. I just channel them and see what we get. It's fun. But that was some really deep conversation. Okay, you guys, so let's close it down with a prayer, sending us all off with beautiful, positive love energy, and I will see you on the third Saturday for Ask Your Guides. Froggy, those are properties that will definitely help for this period of time. Absolutely. Okay, so take a couple deep breaths. Woo, woo, woo. Feel that deep, life-giving breath coming in, rejuvenating you, connecting you with all that is in love. Oh, feel yourself just wrapped in a cocoon of creator love. It's so soft. It's like the most beautiful, fleecy skin that's, oh, wow. It's warming you, it's lifting you up, it's soft. It's a feast for the senses. And it's just laced with love that you can feel flowing into your pores. Wow, that's cool. So the love is flowing into your pores. Now feel it coursing through your bloodstream, enervating, lifting you. I don't think I meant enervating. I think that's a negative. Never mind. Erase that word. Anyway, lifting you up in love, delight, joy, and all the way up to bliss. Feel that bliss as you flow through your days, knowing that no matter what happens on the outside, your angels have got you 9 ways to Sunday. You are safe, you are loved, you are protected. Just don't forget to ask them because you have to ask. Thank you, thank you, thank you to every single one of you for being here tonight. I so deeply appreciate it. Much love to you, to your teams. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for that cocoon of love that you brought tonight, that beautiful love bubble that was so visceral. We deeply appreciate it. And blessings, love to all of you as you go forth, sharing about the fundraiser, about the angels. Share about the angels, about how they have impacted your life, how it's changed you, how it lifts you up, gets you through the rough days. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Much love to all of you. Mwah! Good night, everybody.